liked that it has even reached the traditionally conservative world of country music. Grammy Award-winning singer-songwriter Zach Bryan released a clip of a new song on social media directly calling out the cruelty of mass deportations. Bryan, who served in the Navy for 8 years, is a country superstar. His music has reached 16.2 billion streams on Spotify. And just last month, he set the record for the largest ticketed concert in U.S. history. Listen to his new song.
My friends are all degenerates, but they're all I got. The generational story of dropping the plot. I heard the cops came. Cocky motherfuckers, ain't they? And ICE is gonna come bust down your door. Try to build a house, no one builds no more. But I got a telephone. Kids are all scared and all alone. The boss stopped bumping the rock, stop rolling, my middle fingers rising, and I won't stop showing. Got some bad news, the fading of a red, white, and blue.
Notable at this moment, notable. Joining our coverage is Dominic Patton, executive editor of Deadline.com. Tim Miller is still with us, of course. Dominic, what do you think?
Well, I think this is Zach doing exactly what he does well. I mean, in a way that he releases his songs, this is pretty much a 21st century way of doing it, putting up snippets on Instagram. And it's also within brand for him. Yes, it's very unlike what we see in the conservative world of contemporary country music. But Zach was someone who back in 2022 came out against people going after trans and saying we should respect all people's rights. He's made a lot of comments about things like that over the years. And also remember, country and Western music has a very strong tradition of outlaws on the best sense of the word. Willie Nelson, God bless him, American legend. If America was to have a king, it probably would be Willie Nelson, with Dolly Parton as our queen. And people like the late, great Chris Christopherson. So in many ways, this is within the realms of country music, but I think it also hits a little harder because this is something that the MAGA world are very sensitive about. You know, we've seen some country superstars, no one as big as Zach, I might add, kick back against him. We've also seen the administration kick back against him, basically using the same thing they've used against sports figures who've spoken out against politics. When they say just stick to dribbling or hoops, they've said just stick to Pink Skies, his song about people getting together and hanging out. You know, don't get into the political stuff. And that usually means they're feeling a pinch.
Brad Paisley has publicly backed the war in Ukraine, vaccines. You have other country music artists using their platforms. And I guess it's news because in this moment where there can be a sense of despair or overwhelm, that MAGA is tightening its grip. And we all had that conversation together when Disney took Kimmel off the air after a mean comment from Brad Carr on a podcast. It is notable. And I just wonder, Dominic, if it is too much to say that critics are feeling more confident or more emboldened, or this is an act of courage, or is it what you're talking about, simply sort of consistent with his own brand and his own relationship with his fans?
I think, Nicole, that it's both. I think that it is consistent with his brand. I think it's consistent with who he is. And I think fans of Zach's aren't that surprised by this. At the same time, I think, though, that art is meant to disrupt, isn't it? I mean, complacent art is illustration by any other name. So I think that in many ways, this is what we're seeing. We've seen it, you know, you and I have talked about Bruce Springsteen. We've seen it with other people. There is definitely a feeling there that this might be the platform. Comedians and musicians, maybe filmmakers with another battle. But I think that in many ways that the resistance, if it was one, is about that. And it's very telling that, again, I say this, MAGA respond with great urgency here because they live in a world that's essentially an ongoing pageant or reality TV show. They know the power of imagery, just like the Reagans did back in the day, that famous James Baker quote about we don't care what you say about us as long as you show us with lots of American flags. So I think in that sense, they're fully aware that this is where the cracks can come. Look, all I know is in America, there's a long history of people wearing masks, but there also wear white hoods to go with them. So you make the connections.
Tim Miller, I think this is so important because the sort of the history of pushing back, when it works, it's always interconnected with culture. And there's actually, I can't find any example of the resistance or the opposition or the comeback that has succeeded without being tied into culture and moving people not just through politicians and campaigns and elections, but through culture. And I thought your conversation Let me play it. This is your interview with Barstool host Kevin Clancy. I thought this was really notable as well.
A lot of Democrats are kind of scared to talk about immigration because they've like internalized that like Biden at the border, which he did, and that immigration's a winning issue for Trump. And so they shouldn't talk about it because it's like it's a loser for them. And I'm kind of like, I don't know, man. I think that like most middle of the road people don't want mass dudes taking people that are gardening.
I think you're pretty crazy if you think that. Like, I think you're an absolute bat crazy person if you're like, that's good.
So if he's lost country music and he's lost Barstool, why isn't there more sense of we're on the offense on the other side? And why isn't it reflected sort of in the body language of Democrats?
Yeah. Sorry for all the bleeps in that interview.
I love it. I love it. I love the whole thing. And I don't know if I don't know. I don't think I have it, but I love when he says everyone at Barstool is a liberal. And you're like, what? So I'm asking about that too. But this was interesting. Like nobody's for this. And if you think they are, you're bat bleep crazy.
Yeah. I think that's right. I mean, some people are for it. Obviously, it's a big country. But just huge swaths of the country are not for this type of immigration. Maybe they should have seen the mass deportation now signs and known this was coming and not voted for Trump. I get it. I understand the frustration Democrats have. But it is extremely unpopular. And I do think the Democrats need to get a stiff in their spine on this and talk about this issue. And I think it's really notable that Zach Bryan, as a country music singer, made the protest song about ICE. It could have been about anything, right? But he made it about immigration. And Zach Bryan is, I just don't want to pretend like I'm a big fan of him. I'm not. He's a mainstream country singer. My friends went to his show in football stadiums, right? So it's not like he's a niche